Hi guys, it's Claude from Canine. Thank you for dropping by my YouTube page. Again, really appreciate the support. I hope you're all well and safe in these testing times. The video that I want to put up today is one that relates to a behavioural consultation. Now, I often get requests from students and clients if they could attend behavioural consultations for highly problematic scenarios. So the one that I'm talking about today is I was asked by the Geelong City Council to do an assessment on 2 dingoes that were housed in captivity. They broke out of captivity and killed a dog in the local street. So the dogs were seized, and they've actually been seized and contained for over a year now. So it's a pretty stressful environment. So the assessment that I was asked to do was to determine their suitability for relocation somewhere and what options we actually had for relocation. And based on the assessment, it would determine what options were available to us. Definitely they wouldn't be going back to a residential environment. So one part of the assessment is the one that I'm showing in the video today, and that's got to do with how this dingo, or one of the 2 dingoes, related in particular to a dog. And I actually took my dog to that part of the consultation, and you'll see that the dingo in the enclosure is showing signs of high level stress. And then what actually happens when it first hears my dog, smells my dog, and then eventually sees my dog. And it's really interesting to see the behavioural evolution from the beginning of the assessment effectively through to the end, and it's purely just witnessing behaviour. And that's the most important part of behavioural assessments, is just taking a big step back and watching what actually occurs, and then having a look at it in isolation later on when you digest the video footage to try and determine what happens. But effectively just record the process and just watch what happens, and just let the behaviour take action. So I hope you find it informative, because it is quite interesting to see how this dingo developed its behavioural response to my dog throughout the whole process. And you'll actually see how these magnificent animals, when they're actually restrained in a captive environment, suffer greatly. So they need to be out in the wild doing what they need to do, not in suburban backyards for the sake of actually having wild animal licenses, which is a whole subject for a whole other discussion. So again, guys, if you have any questions, please put comments. In fact, I would welcome comments from people to tell me what you think about what you saw. How did you find the behaviour? Did you find it interesting? Was there anything that you want to know further about it? And I'll put my response back to your comments. Again, thanks for your support, guys. Hope you find it useful. Have a great day.
Anything happening?
Yeah, she's stopped listening. She's sort of trying to work out what's going on.
Yeah. That didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of polar erection happening.
Hmm. These are all behaviours that she obviously hasn't displayed before. She's never had the right stimulus.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Just trying not to have too much of a visual at the moment. It's getting more pronounced.
Is that a clear sort of threatened response?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Very heightened.
Yeah, I've never seen her sort of look. I mean, she looks almost a quarter of the size bigger than she does standard, just by that.
Yeah. And the other thing, if we could probably just keep going after I leave, what I want to see is how long it takes it to go back to a state of calm, which is basically recovery.
Yep.
How quickly does that door close? in the event of...
I can put pressure on it and close it pretty quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if she goes to fly out...
Yeah, I've got my hand ready to push it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
My thoughts exactly.
Okay. It's nice to talk about escape paths.
Yeah. I mean, the fencing isn't awfully high either, so it wouldn't be too hard for her to clear that in one hit. So I'm happy for you to make a call on it if you think that she's going to come quite aggressively.
Well, she's interested.
Yeah.
So there's definitely interest there, and because she's been aggressive in the past,
Yeah.
there is a proven... Not bad. Should do visual tease.
So yeah, it has been about a year since she's been exposed to anything else.
I mean, this is a completely irrelevant assessment compared to what happened on the day, right? So, but we're not talking about euthanasia, we're talking about appropriate housing for these animals, right? So you notice as soon as I do that, the fur on the back just goes back a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's basically an interrupting pattern, just to see if it reduces the intensity of response. And my dog's getting sick of me taking him to grumpy consults because he's always used to do behavioural work with angry dogs.
Yeah.
He's never seen a dingo before. Hey, come here. Watch. 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 Okay. Watch. So now she's kind of back to her normal pattern.
Mm.
Which to me is a good thing. Amazingly agile, aren't they?
Yeah. They can basically, the small ridge between the green paneling on the back and the wire,
Yep.
it's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 centimeters. They basically can stand on that. Like they jump up, stand on that, have a look, and come back down.
Good boy, mate. This is all interesting.
She's not gone past her sort of patterned area for months. Never. She's never gone past that ring that she's formed herself.
Well, today's probably a good day then for her. Something different. Dude, don't open it. So we're getting a bit more familiar. Can you see me this?
Yeah,
Over
I
this
can
way.
see. I can see. That's fine.
Displaying very similar behaviour to a lot of domestic dogs with the behavioural traits, like a raised paw
Yeah.
in a lot of active or predaceous dogs is usually a sign of active stress, where they want to engage but they're not quite sure about the limitations.
Right.
So gun dogs, classic
Yeah.
example, dogs that you stop a dog chasing a tennis ball that's high prey, raise a paw. She's doing exactly the same things. She did it once at the very beginning, and a bit more recently, the closer she came. See the paw?
Mm. There's a lot of behaviours here that I've not seen her display ever before.
I'm happy to shoot you a copy of all these videos if you want. Just put them on Dropbox and send them through.
Oh, she's looking.
It's almost like she wants to engage with Winston. She's not being awfully interested. Her old stereotypical behaviour before this one was to actually jump off that corner. You can see those marks there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the
Good boy, mate. Good boy. Do we know what breed the other dog was?
The one, no,
was-
I'm not sure.
How many notes do you have? Like, Roberta sent me through just
I
few
don't
type
have a lot.
notes.
Roberta would have
Okay.
more
I
information.
think she just typed it, a quick summary on
Yeah.
email.
Yeah, she would have a case file.
Hey, buddy. Okay, let's take him away and come back again. So you want to stop and start the video? Start another one?
yeah.
As always, a big thank you for watching my channel. To keep the information free and help share the videos, please hit the subscribe and like button so we can share the message with everybody. To stay in touch, just hit the bell button so that you can be advised of future notification. Thanks again, guys.